Aussie podcasting triplets Amy, Kate and Sophie Taeuber are all engaged and expected to walk down the aisle this year. And now two of the sisters have shared photos of their near-identical engagement rings after they were both proposed to on Christmas Eve. In a post shared to Instagram, Amy and Sophie held their rings up side by side to show their 20,000 followers the similarities between the two rocks. While they're similar, they're not exactly the same, Sophie clarified. They were made from different jewelers and up close the bands are quite different, she continued, adding, "I think we will be picking different weddings bands though." The sisters also said they weren't bothered by the fact they were both proposed to on the same day. "Amy and I both think it makes it more special that we got proposed to on the same night," Sophie explained. "As we've grown up sharing birthdays and milestone events, we really know no different." Sophie also said the trio all want to have children, and have even joked they'd love to send them to the same school. The wholesome triplets previously revealed that Amy and Sophie's partners both popped the question on Christmas Eve, while Kate got engaged back in May. At the time, Sophie shared the story of the family's double engagement with Daily Mail Australia. "On Christmas Eve we had a family dinner with our parents," she explained. Before the dinner, Dale proposed to Amy. He said they should exchange one present before Christmas because it's always so hectic. He had wrapped the ring up and made a little video of their memories together, she continued. "When they arrived at dinner they didn't tell anyone and waited for us to spot the ring. In the meantime, my partner Brandon had his parents at our house setting up lights and a 'Will you marry me' sign. When Brandon heard the news about Amy and Dale he was so stressed and frantically messaging his family asking whether he should pull the pin and do it a different night," she laughed. Brandon eventually decided to pop the question, but in an awkward turn of events, both he and Dale had selected very similar engagement rings for their brides-to-be. "Our dad knew both were happening, as they'd ask his permission. However, he only knew mine was happening on Christmas Eve," Sophie added. In an Instagram post on Boxing Day, the sisters joked to their 20,000 followers that they were considering having a joint wedding. While Sophie and Amy got engaged on Christmas Eve, their sister Kate has been engaged since May, which she announced on social media at the time. "I think I'm still in shock. Last night our housewarming turned into a proposal. It was a big yes from me," Kate gushed. "I don't know how I managed to get so lucky to find you, Reese. I love you with all my heart and am so excited for our future together." Together, the Taeuber triplets host the Outspoken podcast, which covers the lives and scandals of Australia's biggest social media influencers. The show often tops the charts and is regularly featured in the top 200 on the overall Apple Podcasts chart. The triplets are all journalists, with Amy having previously worked for Channel 7, while Sophie was employed at Network 10 and Hit 107.